Okay. Morning, everybody. I'm testing some new settings and whatnot, so I'm hoping everything is good. Guess I'll wait a smidgen to see. Kind of impromptu, so can't expect really anybody to show up because I didn't really tell anybody. But try to do. Oh, don't have my phone. I'm gonna try to pull up the stream. I guess I'll pull it up on a different browser. Do a quick test on audio. Also make sure I'm live because I'm using just straight up OBS to do it. And this is the first time I've set up OBS. Well, it says I'm in the way, or it says I'm live. Well, it says I'm in the way, or it says I'm live. Sounds good. Alright. Cool. I'll close that. Minimize that. And yeah, I've got like an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half to like build an angel deck. I wanted to build an angel deck kind of just randomly. I've been wanting to do it for the last couple weeks, but ever since I've seen Giada, this one right here, this card is pretty awesome. I like this. Yeah, this card right here, pretty good commander. I think it's super cheap. 2 mana, flying Vig, 2/2. That's great already. Each other angel creature you can, or each other angel you control, enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for angel you already control. So this one, she wouldn't grow herself, but she grows every other angel, because it was each other, obviously. And then also adding mana. It's a mana rock, kinda. I don't know, she's just pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to be too pigeonholey to go in mono white. I'm going to kind of, I guess, figure that out now. I haven't really looked into any of the angels. Laesa is another angel. This one right here. I mean, I might just go black-white because just Laesa is just a monster. But that might be the right play. Orzhov. Looks like the majority are mono white, and honestly, I'm so torn. Mono white. Not many. I don't have like. Do I have any mono decks? Mono black. I've got a mono black Crick deck. Crick the Prick is my friends call him. They don't actually call him that, but they might do it in their head. I don't know. But anyways, wait to like live chat. There we go. That on? That off? Who knows? Guess I'll have to wait for somebody to say something. Anyways, I guess I'll just check mono white first. What are the options? The commander options here are obviously Giada or Giada. I don't know. We'll call her Giada. This sounds pretty nice. Lyra Dawnbringer, 5 mana for a 5/5, flying, first strike, lifelink. That's pretty good. I like lifelink. Other angels you control get 1/1 and also have lifelink. I mean, it's solid, but like, I think that just could be an easy in the deck angel. 8 mana, flying, vigilance, indestructible. Other permanents you control have indestructible. Let me get some. You know what? I just thought about something. Let me get some music on in the background. Just a little bit of background noise. I hate sound that doesn't have background noise. This is gonna be loud as hell. Go to 5? I hope that's quiet. I guess I'll use this as a gauge. It looks kind of loud. Get into the... Okay, that might not be terrible. Hey DJ, what's up, man? Let me use you if you're just swinging through. Let me use you real quick. How does the audio? I'm on like a brand new settings and everything. How does my voice sound compared to the audio, the volume of the audio? Does it need to go up, down? Kind of hard to like adjust everything without having to like listen back to it. I could do that on a different browser, but it's a lot easier just to ask somebody. I feel like the volume of the music is way too loud. Just looking at the gauges here. I'm gonna preemptively drop it like 2. That looks better. What level are you now? Well, I mean, what? Two or 3. It was at 5. I just now turned it to 3 or 2. It's at 2 now. Okay, so now it's at 2. This is good. Delays kind of suck, even though I'm on low latency. But let's see if this is good. All right. Thinking of building a Commander EDH deck. Figured I'd just do it live because I don't know. I was gonna go to sleep, but I'm like, go 3. All right, I'll go 3. That's 3. I can also adjust it on the desktop audio volume here as the slider as well. It looks like it's good volumes now. As far as like the audio mixer is concerned, but who can trust that? I also find it weird. I reinstalled Windows because I went to Windows 11 and Windows 11 is god awful. Stay away. If you play any video games, do not do it. There's so many compatibility issues. Just don't. But once I reinstalled and came back, my volume for my microphone is like half of what it used to be, but it's like the same volume. Very strange. Like I'm at 50% of the microphone when normally in the other one it was at 90. 2.5 would be perfect. Okay. I can do that. A minus 2 dB might be too much. I'll minus 1 dB. There we go. I minus 1 dB from the desktop audio. And I'll continue talking. Yeah, so it's weird. Now that the last 2 videos I recorded with Bob, it was super annoying. The audio was god-awful on my side. It was peaking left and right. It was horrible. Well, actually, what I wanted to do, I added a gate to the microphone, but I wanted to add a compressor, I think. I'm just gonna add a default compressor, so if I get loud, it should bring it down. That's the goal. Hopefully that didn't mess up anything. Anyways, so the idea, I think I'm just gonna go with Giada. I can read the rest of these. Well, maybe there's a really cool one. I don't know. I'll keep reading. Okay, so see, the one thing I don't want to do is all these expensive ones. I'm just gonna skip. I don't want to pay 8 mana, 7 mana, you know, for a commander that's just gonna get destroyed. If they were like indestructible right off the rip, it'd be cool. I guess with Sephara, you can use her like sort of evoke cost, which is interesting. Well, it gives everything else flying indestructible. But again, you'd still have to play commander attacks. 1 white, 4 creatures with flying specifically. I'd almost rather like just run her in the 99. Bruna the Fading Light. When you cast Bruna the Fading Light, you may return target angel or human you control from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's kind of nice. Flying Vigilance. And what's on the other side? Why is there a second side? Oh, it's a modal card, I think. Well, it's an Eldrazi Angel, which is interesting. Flying, First Strike, Vig, Lifelink. Your opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less. This doesn't look like the normal modal symbol. Is this like... What is this card? What set is this from? From the Vault, Eldritch Moon. Melds with Gisela the Broken Blade. Melds. What is this? What is happening? Is that... No? I don't know what Melds is. I have no idea. What is Melds? In a commander game, your commander may be Bruna the Fading Light or Gisela the Broken Blade, and the other may be in your deck. Okay. Bruna the Fading Light here, or Gisela the Broken Blade. I don't know what that card is. Oh my god, just autocomplete for me. This is what happens when you mess up. Alright, Gisela the Broken Blade. At the beginning of your end step, if you both own and control Gisela the Broken Blade and a creature named Bruna the Fading Light, exile them and meld them into... Wait, is this... Are we playing Yu-Gi-Oh now? What is happening? I must have missed this. Like this little... I never did play in any of the Eldritch Moons. You have to play both of them. In the commander game, your commander may be Bruna or Gisela, and the other may be in your deck. If they meld into Bracella, Voice of Nightmares, Bracella will also be your commander. Or Bracella. But if Bracella leaves the battlefield, only the card chosen as your commander at the start of the game may be put into the command zone. I don't... This is just... I'm good. I'm okay with that. I mean, it looks interesting and all. Like, I kind of like the idea of, like, being able to, like, merge the two into, like, this thing. But I don't know what meld is. Like, how do you meld? Innistrad is a world of blah blah blah. Okay, so meld cards are a twisted departure from the double-faced cards you know and love and fear. Two cards melding together into one big monster. Fur levels vary. Alright. How do you do it? How do you merge? Or, I'm sorry, meld. Is it just the one? It's just this activated ability, so I guess it would be the Gisela the Broken Blade. Do this. Yeah. So at the beginning of your end step, if you own both of them, you meld. So that's how you meld. You exile both of them, meld them together into the big one. When you meld them, they get exiled. So you can only... Nah, you can only meld once because the other card's exiled. Oof. Alright, I'll pass on all that. That seems like, no. Alright, what do we got here? Flying First Strike Vidge Trample, 7 mana, already expensive. The enemy each combat until end of turn. This is just... How do I... Why aren't these bigger? There we go. Beginning of each combat until end of turn, each other creature you control gets 1/1. If it has flying, 1/1. If it has first strike, and so on and so forth. For double, blah 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 blah. Interesting. I don't hate that. That sounds kind of interesting. It's like an anthem, but again, I feel like it just could kind of be okay just to have in the 99. Maybe not. Maybe you play this and like Anthem's your entire team. Oh, this is a partner? Yeah, they also double. Okay, makes sense. You might as well have 2 commanders in mono white if you're going partner style. Or never mind. I was gonna say I can go Orzhov and, you know, have 2 partners together, but Gisela I don't think has partner, and or not Gisela. I mean, Lisa. A Chroma. This is the same thing, is it not? Nanvala. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. You know what? We're going with Giada. I'm gonna go with Giada. Giada? Here we go. We'll say Giada. Not the fault. $2. One thing I like about EDH or Moxfield, there's this thing called add package, and you do add sample and add sample land base. I don't know if it works with mono white. Doesn't appear to. You're making a commander based deck without a commander. Pick a commander. What do you mean? Here. Let me help you out. Set as commander. You happier now? Now do you want to add the land base? There we go. Even though, well, that makes sense. So it has all the fetch lands. I don't get why City of Brass would be in. That doesn't make sense. Get rid of that. But as all the fetch lands, that makes sense. A bunch of planes, that makes sense. I don't really ever go with 38, so we'll go 37. That's not true. Depends, but... Alright, so 29 is good. And then there's also add package, CDH staples. Now, doing this adds a ton. I don't really like, but you can, I guess you can browse all packages? What is it? What are their, is there like a Angel package? Angel. That would be pretty cool. I've actually never used this feature before. I only knew that there was the land package and the CDH package, but the CDH, like I said, adds like tons of cards. Doesn't, oh. Buy Angels. Don't know that I care too much about any of it. Go back. So we'll just stick with that. I'll just have the land bases come in. So these are all the fetch lands, that makes sense. So now what I can do is kind of just start going through high synergy cards. Angel spells cost 2 less to cast, that makes sense. Starheim. Is it Starheim? Darn! There's an N there. Normally it actually, like, even if you misspell it, it's like, it's fine. Aspirant? Yeah. Get it a little bigger for you guys. There we go. Righteous Valkyrie. I've actually played this in standard before. As long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get 2/2. It says an Anthem, 3 mana, 2/4. And then you gain life equal to the creature's toughness. Oh, for sure. Oh, that's right. Actually, isn't there like a thing I can do? Yeah, I figured it out. Out of here. Oh, with EDH Rec, they kind of play nicely with Moxfield. You can actually hit this plus sign. It copies it to the clipboard. And you actually export to Moxfield. This is going to make my life a lot easier. Go the Vor. Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer. Angel spells and human spells you cast, plus 1 less to cast for each 1/1 counter on it. Whenever he attacks, you get a counter. Makes things cheaper. There's probably other ways to get counters on it. 5 mana for a 5/5. Does it do enough, though? It might be something I'll add it, but it might be something I cut later on. Safara Skyblade. I think this one's fine. It has an impactful thing. It's expensive, but it makes everything indestructible with flying, so it's kind of good. I think almost every angel in here is going to be flying, and there's going to be clerics and whatnot, but that's fine. Whenever angel enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Youthful Angel or Youthful Valkyrie. I mean, 2 mana for a 1/3 flyer is okay. You need some cheap stuff. I mean, you can use the early turns to ramp, but this isn't a terrible card, but it might get cut later on. Lyra Dawnbringer, I like this. This is good. Bishop of Wings, 2 white. Another cleric. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. That's fantastic. Whenever an angel you control dies, you create a 1/1 Spirit Angel token with fly. Spirit token, not angel. Good, I like that. Flying life, they could be gained. If you gain 4 more life this turn, create a 4/4 angel. So there's an enchantment that does this. 6 mana for a 4/5 flying lifelinker. That's not great. Against up, you gain a 4/4 angel as well with Vig. I mean, I'd rather, we'll see. I mean, I think there's going to be stronger ones. Other angels, under non-black tokens, you get 1/1. Players can't play life, including yourself, can't pay life or sacrifice creatures to cast spells or activate their abilities. I feel like this is fine. I don't feel like Angels is going to be doing that too much. Splendid Angel, 3 mana for a 3/3 flyer. At the beginning of the end step, if you gain 5 or more life, you get a 4/4. So this is just 10 times better than this. Flying Vig 4/4 for 3. And this one's a 4/5 for 6. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one. I don't want to do the Bruna thing. Baneslayer Angel, is it good enough? 5 mana for a 5/5 flying, first strike hate, lifelinker. Protection from demons and dragons is like practically useless. So it's just 5 mana for 5/5 flyer, first strike, lifelink. Not terrible, but not amazing either. Archangel of Thune, 5 mana. Whenever you gain life, put a 1 counter on each creature you control. Yeah, sounds fantastic. We're going to be gaining life for sure. Angel Shepherd. This is the landfall exile something, right? Whenever it enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a plains, go to the battlefield. Oh, for sure. I thought that was the exile version, but no. Look for Exalted Deeds. I play that in standard. It's fantastic. That's not bad at all. Angel of Vitality, also pretty fantastic. Flying 2/2 for 3. You would gain life, add 1 more. And if you have 25 or more, so this is basically 3 mana for a 4/4 flyer. That also gains additional life. Just because you're going to have 25 or more life, right off the rip at least. So early on, it's definitely a pretty good value creature there. Avacyn of Angel of Hope, 8 mana for an 8/8 flying, vigilance, indestructible. I mean, it's indestructible. What's that other one that was also giving your stuff indestructible? This one here. So they're both 7 mana. No, she's 8 mana. But this one can be kind of cheated in. I kind of like the cheating in factor. I don't really like... I like that she's also indestructible, but like... 8 mana so much. Maybe it'll get cut. Pearl Medallion, I like that. Smothering Ties, yep, that sounds good. This is kind of a hate card, but I think it's good enough. Angel of Destiny, flying a double strike whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. You and that player each gain that much... Wait, what? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. You're doing no damage. They're still taking the damage. It doesn't prevent it, so they're just not taking damage. You're gaining life. If you have at least 15 more than your starting life total, each player, Angel of Destiny, attack this turn loses the game. Oh. Interesting. That's, so you prevent the combat damage, but if you gain enough life, you just win. And it's also interesting that Angel of Destiny is not legendary. So if you had some way to copy this, which there is ways, I think. I don't know about in white, but definitely ways in blue. Huh. I mean, yeah, why not? So it just you deal damage and you've got more life total than them, they die. Well, more life total than you're starting, which in an Angel deck it should be fairly easy. 4 mana, Archangel of Tithes. 3/5 flyer, as long as Archangel of Tithes is untapped, creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker's control unless they pay 1. Each of those creatures. As long as it is attacking, creatures can't block unless their controller pays 1 for it. That's I like that. It's solid body. Yeah. Herald's Horn. So you choose angels, they're cheaper. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, you may reveal and put it in your hand. Oh yeah, I like that. That's nice. Court of Grace. 4 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. That's fine. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 spirit with flying. If you're the monarch, create a 4/4 instead. So you're going to draw a card no matter what. You'll become the monarch. That's good. I like that. You don't get anything from right off the rip, so like people can easily come take it. But then you get a 1/1 flyer, which means you're most likely going to be able to take it back. And you're going to be playing a lot of flyers, so the odds of you not being able to attack her and get it back is pretty low. I'll add it. Maybe it comes out later on, but it's pretty good. Sarah's Emissary, 7 mana for a 7/7. Enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. No. I don't like it. It's too niche. It's expensive as hell. It only has flying. I don't know. Archaeomancer's map is pretty good. But I don't know. Sure. Luminarch Ascension at the beginning of each opponent's end step. If you didn't lose life this turn, you may put a quest counter on Luminarch Ascension. Pay 2 mana. Create a 4/4 angel creature token with flying. Activate this ability only if Luminarch Ascension has 4 more counters. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to do, I think. Throbbing Watcher, 4 mana for a flying Vig. Other non-token creatures you control get 1/1 and have Vig. Not bad at all. I like that. Angel of Finality. When Angel of Finality enters the battlefield, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. 4 mana for a 3/4. I mean, there's plenty of artifacts that do this. Is it worth having an Angel to do this as well? Don't know. I'm not a big fan. Angelic Field Marshal, 4 mana for a 3/3 flyer with Lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, it gets 2/2 and creatures you control a Vig. That's kind of a pseudo better Throbbing Watcher. Although it doesn't anthem your other stuff, it just anthems itself. You play this, if you have your commander out, which is cheap, she ramps you. That's pretty good synergy, I like that. Karmic Guide, Pro Block. This is an Angel, that's interesting. And reanimate something. I like that. Angelic Skirmisher, 6 mana for 4/4. At the beginning of each combat, choose one creature you control, get to those. Either First Strike, Vig, or Lifelink. You can play it, you choose whatever, probably Lifelink. And then swing, and it does have impact right away, but I have to imagine there's better stuff than this. Flying 1/1 Lifelink, or Flying 1/1 Vig Angel for 1. Maybe it's worth it just because it's an Angel for 1. Destroy all tapped creatures. Maybe a pseudo board wipe. All your stuff's going to be untapped. And I say pseudo board wiped. I mean, it's pseudo because it's only destroying a tapped thing. So you could play it on your turn. It is an Angel. Not terrible. A little expensive, but yeah, maybe. Breathkeeper Seraph. Flying Soulbound. You pair this. Oh, I remember Soulbound. It's been a while. You pair with another creature as long as they're paired. Each of those creatures has, when this creature dies, you may return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. 6 mana, though. I don't like it that much. Speaker of the Heavens, 1 mana for a 1/1 Vig Lifelink. Tap it, create a 4/4 Angel creature token with flying. Activate this ability only if you have at least 7 more life than your starting life total, and only anytime you cast a sorcery. That's not bad, though. That's pretty good. I feel like getting 7 life over 40 is pretty simple. Esper Sentinel. I mean, it probably should go in every white deck. Kind of feels a little, like, special to do it, but it makes sense. Just because it's so good. Kind of like Smothering Ties. It's like you just put in every deck. Yeah, sure. If need be, I can take it out if it's too anti-thematic. 8 mana for a 6/6 flying, First Strike Vig, Trample, Haste, Protection from Black and Red, a Chroma. Man. There we go, that's probably better for you guys. It's shifted us around a bit, though. Didn't it? A lot of it. Alright, don't know this is, I mean, it doesn't have, if it had Lifelink, honestly. Got a lot of stuff on it, but I just don't know if it's good enough. It's 8 mana, it's just so much. It does have haste, which is interesting in white. But it just doesn't have lifelink, which just sucks. I'd almost rather have lifelink over trample. Because he already got flying, it's already evasive enough. Anyways, Angelic Arbiter, 7 mana for a 5/6 flyer. Each opponent who casts a spell this turn can't attack with creatures. Each opponent who attacked with a creature this turn can't cast spells. That seems annoying for them. But like, it's fairly easy to get around though. So like, main phase 1, or in another person's turn, they can instant something away. They can't attack this turn, who cares? But like, they can attack and then in their main phase 2 do something, which is pretty standard. So, I don't think it's good enough. Let's see here, a Chroma Vision. Oh, yes, a Chroma. A Chroma, I feel like this one, however. I feel like this one's pretty good. Flying, First Strike, Vidge, Trample, 7 mana for 7/7, but it pseudo anthems your creatures for you. Doesn't have haste, but it does anthem your creatures. Well, I mean, okay, so far they've all had flying for the most part. That's +1. First Strike on some, Double Strike very rarely, Death Touch almost never, Haste almost never, Hexproof almost never, Indestructible sometimes, Lifelink sometimes, Menace, Protection, Reach almost never, Trample, like very rarely, Vigilance sometimes, and Partner almost never. So she won't pump herself because it says other. 1/1 if it has this and that and so on. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't think it's that great. 5 mana for 3/3 flying double strike. You have hexproof. I like that. If your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform Enduring Angel and your life total becomes 3. If then Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. What would prevent it from transforming? Maybe somebody killing it in response? Flying, you have hexproof. Angelic Enforcer's power and toughness are equal to your life total. Whenever it attacks, double your life total. Is this a trap card? 5 mana for you have hexproof. I like the hexproof part. That sounds great. If her life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead you transform her. Transformer, she gets sort of better. It's still a 3/3. It's the same. But nothing's changed. And then every time you attack with her, you double your life. You prevent yourself from losing. And like, even if they do kill this in response, then yeah, they got the win no matter what. So that's fine. I don't know. Maybe an interesting card. It's interesting. Splendid Marshal. This sounds familiar. 3 mana for 3/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another creature card from your graveyard. When you do, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control other than Resplendent Marshal that shares a creature type with the exiled card. You'd have to exile your angels from the graveyard to give yourself 1/1 counters on all your stuff. I guess it comes to the question is, how often do you reanimate your angels? So I guess I'll add it now. And if it becomes a net, like you don't want to have this exiling, then it's fine. 9 mana 4/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, see, I would rather run Sun Titan. Like this is just 9 mana. Jeez, Luis. Angel Serenity. This sounds familiar. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile 3 other creature cards from the battlefield and/or. Wait, what? 3 other target creatures from the battlefield and/or creature cards from graveyards. When Angel Serenity leaves the battlefield, return the cards to their hand. Nah, it's too expensive. 7 mana. Angel of Dire Hour, 7 mana. I figured a lot of angels would be expensive. 7 mana, flash flying, and enters the battlefield. If you cast from your hand, exile all attacking creatures. It is pretty good. I mean, but it's 7 mana. You're just gonna pass your turn in hopes they attack you? Nope. Platinum Angel, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. I mean, it is an angel. I don't hate it. I mean, sure. I like not losing. You deal with her. And then if you do, then alright. There, Angel, you can't cast a spell during your first, your second, or your third turns of the game. 2 mana, flying, 3/3 Vidge. Not terrible. But not great. Angel of the Runes, this is exiling artifacts or enchantments and has plain cycling. 7 mana is too much. It doesn't reanimate, so it's not great. This gets plains, put on the battlefield if they control more land use. This is basically Archaeomancer, but like not as good. Okay. I'm pretty sure Archaeomancer's map allows you, every time somebody plays a land, you get to play a land as well. So, let's see here. Keeper of the Accord. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if the player controls more land than you may search your library for a plains, put on the battlefield, tap to shuffle. Each opponent's end step. I mean... No. I mean, I guess there's not going to be a lot of, like, ramping in white. I guess that's kind of the problem. Adding black just makes so much more sense as Reanimator style, but, like, she doesn't have partner. It's so sad. Can you imagine if she had partner? I don't want to play the Orzhov deck. Anyways, I'll just keep going. Whenever another permanent you controlled leaves the battlefield, if it had a counter on it, investigate. You create a clue. I don't know. Angel of Invention, 5 mana for 2/1, Flying Vidge, lifelink. Fabricate 2. When this creature enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on it, or create 2 1/1 servo artifact creatures. And other creatures you control get 1/1. So this can be a 4/3 Flying Vidge, lifelink that also anthems the other creatures. It's not horrible. Like, how good is it? Mangara the Diplomat, 4 mana for a 2/4 lifelinker whenever an opponent attacks with creatures. If 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or Planeswalkers control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. 2/4 lifelinker. That's not terrible. Whenever they play 2 spells or you get attacked with 2 or more creatures, you draw a card. Sure. Seems interesting. Kind of almost dissuades them from attacking you. We'll see. 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer, Vidge, other creatures you have Vidge. Sigarda's Vanguard, 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer with flash. Whenever Sigarda's Vanguard enters the battlefield or attacks, choose any number of creatures with different powers. Those creatures gain double strike until end of turn. Any number of creatures with different powers, including herself. I don't hate that. Sure. I mean, it's 5 mana, but it does have flash. Enters the battlefield is interesting. So it's like you could flash in it at the end of some. I don't know, maybe. Terra Ascendant, yeah, that's pretty good. I heard that card's solid. It's just on turn 1, it's just a 6/6 lifelink for a singular mana and commander. That seems solid. Darker Valkyrie. There's no like errata for this, is there? On Scryfall? I highly doubt it, but. No. Ooh. And it's legal, right? Yeah. I think this only shows legal cards. Negative 1% synergy. That makes no sense. Anyways, 6 mana. When a target creature other than a Darker dies, return the card to the battlefield under your control. When target creature other than a Darker Valkyrie dies, return that creature to under your control to the battlefield. Kinda like that. But it's 6 mana, doesn't have haste. It is a 4/5 flyer with Vidge. I think it makes more sense in like a white-black deck where you can choose when stuff dies. Or steal stuff. Makes more sense that way. Yeah, white-black seems a lot better. There's so many Reanimator cards that are in white-black. It's just so nice. But anyways. Maybe that'll be the next video. Or the next time I go live randomly doing a deck building hangout with people that want to show up or whatever. Impromptu, of course. I'm not telling anybody. So 5 mana for a 4/4 Flying Vidge. Whenever this creature attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of this creature that's tapped and attacking that player or opponent. So Myriad's pretty good. 5 mana 4/4. I mean, you attack the this card's pretty solid. So you attack the person that's open, and then the other tokens just are free. Who cares? You can attack planeswalkers or anything. Yeah, this card's solid. Merry Angel is good, but it only creates birds. Water. I'll be right back. I have returned. I'm gonna have to speed this up. I'd like to go to bed in the next hour, so I want this deck done, built. Okay, Merry Angel. It's not horrible. I don't know if it's worth enough, because I don't know. I guess just on its own, it's fine. Angel Sanctions, 5 mana for a 3/4, and Bulmer. Boom. Exile this card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a white zombie. No mana cost. Okay, so it's like on Earth. If this is just a straight up exile, it'd be good. Solemn is a strange card. I mean, maybe because white doesn't have enough like searching for lands, so like Solemn's the guy. Yeah. It's not an angel. When a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you may gain 3 life. Like, at first I was like, ooh, a Valakut counter, but then Valakut just kills this. So not quite, unless you make this indestructible, of course. I mean, against any other deck, obviously, it's fine. I was really like a Valakut counter. Ooh. Not terrible, but nah. When enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Aegis Angel. Admonition Angel, 6 mana for 6/6 flying. Is this the exile one? When it leaves the battlefield, return all cards to their owner. I don't like that you return the stuff. That's sad. 4 mana for a 3/3, Angel of Condemnation. Flying 4/4, 3/3 Vig. Exile another target creature, return that card to the battlefield under its own control at the beginning of the next 10 step. Okay, so you can blink your stuff. Exile herself. Exile target not. Wait. Exile another target creature until Angel of Condemnation leaves the battlefield. Exert. An exerted creature won't untap during your next untap step. Well, how do you untap it? Guess you'd have to find another way to Oh, I guess there's probably some trick where you could, like, tap it, untap it with, like, I don't know, what is it, Staff of Domination? Something like that? One of the staffs, you can untap a creature. This is only when it leaves the battlefield, so you could, like, tap it, exile another target creature, untap it with the staff, re-tap it again, exile another creature. I mean, I'm sure there's some combo with this. I think it's a little fancy. The library for a land card, reveal it, put it in your hand. Activate this only if your opponent controls more land than you. This card's probably fine if there's enough utility, lands, and whatnot. Almost certainly somebody's going to have more land than you. I don't know what the hell that is. Hogma's biggest stand. Oh, it's from the new set, I think. Burnish Tart. No. Sublime Archangel. 4 mana for 4/3 Exalted. Won't be really attacking alone. 5 mana for 2/4. Deals combat damage to a player. The player skips his or her next combat step. Interesting. Angelic Curator. 2 mana for an Angel Spirit. Flying Pro Artifacts. Mother of Runes. Runes is fine. Not an angel, but can protect your angels. I think in a mono white deck it's fine. Twilight Shepherd. 6 mana for a 5/5 flying Vig. When it enters the battlefield, return to your hand all cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Enters the battlefield. So it has Persist. So if a board wipe happens, everything dies, all the cards come back. She basically gives everything Persist. Oh, it goes all to your hand. Never mind. And Space and Angel, 3 mana for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. Don't like that. Grand Abolisher. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Okay, it's fine. But like, they'll just do it before your turn. But I mean, it gives you a little safety. Sure, it might come out. Chrome as well makes tons of sense, for sure. Teferi's Protection, yes. Just protection cards. Healing God's Intervention. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Target player gains X, twice X life. I mean, you do want to gain life, and it's kind of artifact and enchantment destruction with the ability to gain life. That's pretty good. Return to Toss is okay. I mean, it exiles. Exile is important for some decks. Maybe. Flawless Maneuver. You control a command, you may cast a spell for free. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Yeah, sure. Pretty good. Disenchant. Rebuff the Wicked. Counter target spell that targets a permanent you control. This is almost like a Manatith situation. I kinda like it. It's only 1 white. You know what? Yeah, sure. Artifact or enchantment, reveal that card, shuffle that card, put it on top. Sure, I mean, why not? Brave the elements, choose a color, white creatures you control gain protection from that. Yeah, seems pretty solid in a mono white deck. This seems just worse. Like more mana, only 1 creature. Not great. Brought back. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield tapped. Not terrible. Breakable Formation is not terrible either, but like most angels have Vig. I don't really care too much about that. This is... Fateful Absence. Destroy target creature or planeswalker controller investigate. I don't hate that it's destroy planeswalker. Who cares about the clue? Eerie Into exile any number of target creatures you control, return to the battlefield. I like that. This is a safety card. Manatith. I'm not actually going to run Manatith. Dawn Charm. Sure. It's got a lot of different modes. It's got a fog, it's got regenerate, and it's also got a counterspell attached to it, so sure. Angel's Grace. Split second 1. You can't lose the game this turn, and your opponents can't win the game this turn. Until end of turn, damage that would reduce your life total to 0 or to less than 1. Reduce it to 1 instead. How could you... I mean, this could prevent somebody from comboing off? I don't know if it's enough, though. Cosmic Intervention, 4 mana. If a permanent you control would be put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn, exile instead. Return to the battlefield under owner's control at the beginning of your next turn. A permanent would die. You can foretell it. Any permanent. Interesting. I like that. I like protection cards like that. Exile target creature or planeswalker control creates a 4/4 angel token with flying. Not as good. Settle the Wreckage, 4 mana. Exile all attacking creatures target player controls. That player may search his or her library for that many basic lands. Put them on the battlefield tapped to shuffle. Oblation. Shuffle is... Oh, that's not great. I was gonna say, it's like the red card, Chaos Warp, but not as good. And by not as good, I mean like just absolutely worse. Crush Contraband, Exiles for 4, too expensive. Face Reward. Face Reward's not terrible. Saves yourself from a board wipe or some really bad blocks or something. I don't know how many more of these protection cards are really needed. March Otherworldly Light. You may exile any number of white cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less. Exile target X. Or to exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X or less. I don't. Lapse of Certainty. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it on the top of its owner's library instead. Putting it this way. Not horrible, but also not great. Invoke the Divine. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, you gain 4 life. Search your library for a plains card. If you control fewer lands than target opponent, you may search your library for an additional plains card. Reveal those cards, all players, put them on your hand, shuffle. Is that like a reserved card? Why is this so expensive? Gotta be reserved, right? Yep. I mean, it's not a bad card, don't get me wrong. It's just... I mean, that's actually kind of a great card. Search your library for a plains for 1 white. If you control fewer lands than target opponent, you may search your lands for an additional plains card. You get 2 plains for 1? They don't go to your hand. They don't go to your you don't go to the field or anything, but like... I don't hate this card. Austere Command could be interesting because a lot of the angels are 4. You destroy all 3 or less. Destroy all like artifacts. Not terrible. It's very flexible. I like Entreat the Angels, but holy is it expensive. Ooh, but Starheim Unleashed is a lot cheaper. Well, it's 2 white cheaper, basically. You could Miracle this. They're both kind of... I feel like they're cards that'll sit in your hand for many, many turns. I mean, you have to spend 3, 4, 5 mana for 1, 4, 4, 7 mana for 2, 9 mana for 3. Not great. I mean, I don't know how many board wipes are really needed. I don't feel like that many. I guess you can go Wrath of God. Cleansing Nova. Or no, let's go Vanquish the Horde. Vanquish the Horde makes a lot more sense. It could be a 2 mana board wipe pretty easily. Yeah, so 3. Mass Calcify is not bad. Destroy all non-white. Deck is all white. Almost want to run it over. You know what? Run it over Wrath of God. 7 mana though. It is a lot. There's Call, Create. So 7 mana. Another expire. All angel things are so expensive. So you create 2 angel warrior tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Until your next turn, I mean. Otherwise, it's a land. I like that it's a land. Sure. It's basically a land. Is it a plains? No. I didn't think it would be. Gift of Estates, 2 mana. If an opponent controls more land than you, search your library for up to 3 Plains cards. Reveal them, put in your hand. Shuffle. I like Tithe, but not as good. Tithe was an instant, right? God, this card's so good. You know what? Get in there. Why not? Power of Revelation, 6 mana. This spell costs 3 less if cast. If there are 10 or more non-land permanents available, destroy all non-land permanents. That's a lot. Return target card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's an angel, put 2 counters on it. I like that. Okay, reanimate a little bit. Nice. Ravnica at war. Exile all multicolored permanents. Ooh, for 4? Oh, for sure that goes in there. That's solid. Draw all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Yeah. This is great though. For a monocolored deck? Why is it only 30 cents? Anyways. Wings of Abaddon, 2 mana. Exile target creature you don't control. For each creature exiled this way, its controller searches their library for a basic land. So you can overload it. You can exile all of their stuff, and they get to search for basic lands. Tapped. Fumigate, destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. That's not horrible. I like that. Add that instead of... No, you know what? Maybe instead of Vanquish? Maybe not at all. You know what? Not at all. There's too many board wipes. Board wipes are kind of... not that fun for people. I can Doomscar is pretty good too. There's so many good board wipes actually. Destroy all non-white non-land. I thought it was a non-white. Is there a card that says that? Destroy all non-white permanents though? That'd be pretty good. 8 mana. Holy. Doomscar is pretty nice. With X's 10 or more, also create X4 tokens with Flying Fig. So for 12 mana, which is I know a lot, you get 10 2/2s and 10 4/4s for 12. I mean, like, if you don't win the game, how are you gonna ramp? I mean, I guess there's plenty of artifacts. There's probably plenty of artifacts that do this. I mean, it might get cut, but sure, it sounds fun. Invoke Justice seems pretty good. It is quad white, but like in a mono white deck, who cares? Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4/1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles target player controls. Obviously yourself. Was that a reanimate? To reanimate, but like... it's kind of just straight up better than Defy Death. 2, 4, 5, same mana cost. Target permanent. This is target creature. I mean, I guess you could use vehicles with the, or get vehicles back with this. I don't know if there's any angel vehicles. I guess we'll find out. Search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, shuffle. I don't know if I haven't got to the artifacts or enchantments yet. Maybe I'll come back to it. Draw non-land permanents. No. Search your library for a snow permanent, a legendary card, or a saga card. Reveal it, put it in your hand. Gain 1 life for each snow spent to cast this. I mean, you can run all snow planes. It's a tutor for a snow permanent, a legendary, or a saga. If you run all snow planes, like, aren't snow planes just straight up basics? Yeah, it's just a basic. It's still a basic land. So you just run all snow planes, and it becomes a tutor. Sure, I like it. Armageddon. No, I don't think I will. Imperial Storm. When you cast a spell, copy it for each time you've cast your commander from the commands on this game. Create a 4/4 angel. See, I could get behind this because Giada's super cheap. Only 2 mana. 2, then 4, then 6. Cast it 3 times to get 3 or 4s, 6. Still not great. I mean, it's not bad, but 6 mana, exile all creatures, Delirium. Create a 4/4 angel token with flying if there are 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. Not terrible, not great. Divine Reckonings, whatever. A lot of destruction. 4 mana XX. Create X flying. When you cycle, create soldiers instead. Lightning Grease makes sense. Oh, Ketra's Monument. I like them. Getting to the artifacts now. Here we go. White creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. I like that. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with Vig. That's not bad. Not bad. It's cheap. Urza's Incubator. Choose a creature type. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less to cast. Oh. So this makes sense why you would not care so much that angels cost a ton when you have things like this. Sword of the Animus is just really good, especially when... Son of a gun. Especially when you're on a bunch of flyers. I like Sword of the Animus. Vanquisher's Banner. As enters the battlefield, you choose Angel. Angels get 1/1. Whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, you draw a card. 5 mana. Sure. Twiffle Boots, sure. Bowl of Lost Dreams. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gain. You draw X cards. No. Endless Atlas, 2 mana, draw a card, activates its ability only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. So if you have multiple planes, you're good. Cosmos Elixir, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting life total, otherwise you gain 2 life. I don't hate that card, but like, 4 mana, you play it. If your life total is greater than your starting life total, you draw a card. Otherwise you gain 2. Like, it's just not that impactful for 4 mana. It's not good enough. Wayfarer's Bauble. Wayfarer's Bauble should probably be in every deck. But like, you play it. Next turn you play a land, you crack it, you ramp 1, you sort of ramp it growthed. Moonsilver Spear. I like that. First Strike. Some Angels, sure. Halo Fountain. 3 mana, artifact. Untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1. Wait, untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 citizen token. Untap 2 tapped creatures you control, draw a card. Untap 15 tapped creatures you control, you win the game. You have to attack with 15 creatures or find some way to tap 15 creatures. I mean, that seems so... I mean, maybe you could do it with, like, enough turns? No. It's a bit of a whatever. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, discard a card. Not horrible. Immortal Sun, the mechanic activate a loyalty plan. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Creatures you control get 1/1. That's pretty good. 6 mana is a bit high. I don't know. It's a bit high. I don't really love bogging the deck down with so much mana or so much cost. Is this an angel? Oh, it creates angels that are attacking. It's 8 mana for flying, first strike, Vig, crew 4, and then it attacks. It creates 2 angels. I don't hate it, but it's 8 mana, so I hate it. Aetherflux Reservoir. Go to Hearth and Home. 2/2, pro green white. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 creature you own. So you flicker your creature, get a land. Nah. The Chroma's Memorial. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. See, that is pretty good for 7. It's impactful right away, but your angels are already going to have flying, first strike, most likely, and Vig. Pro black red is okay. I don't know. Not good enough, I don't think. If you would gain life, gain twice that much life instead. That's pretty good. If you draw a card, except the first one you draw 2 cards instead. Yeah, I like that. That's a good card. Home of Legends, and enters the battlefield with a page counter. Whenever your commander enters the battlefield or attacks, put a page counter on it. Remove a page counter, draw a card. It's cheap, and it starts with a counter on it. Whenever your commander enters the battlefield or attacks, put a page counter on Tome. Remove it, draw. I don't hate it. Yeah, I'll throw it in there. Commander's Plate's pretty good, but like, you can have pro everything but white. I like it because it's cheap. The Commander's Plate's just 1. And I like it in monocolored decks, which I like. It's 3/3 and pro everything but white, which is nice. It's cheap on the Commander. But like, is it needed though? You're gonna be tapping her for mana. But she does get counters, right? Each other angel you control enters the battlefield. Oh, she doesn't get any counters at all. So just make her a 5/5 flying Vig. Oh, she has Vig. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not amazing. Just think it's only 1 in 3 though. Anyways, Icon of Ancestry. 3 mana. Creatures you get +1 or +1/1. 3 mana, tap it. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. May reveal a creature card of the chosen type from among them. Put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom. Yeah, sure. Anthem, why not? The Ozolith. I don't know if the Ozolith is. I don't think it's really needed here. Quicksilver Amulet makes more sense if you're playing the big creatures. World Slayer. That sounds horrible. Unless your stuff's indestructible, of course. Sacrifice a creature, search your library for a card that shares a creature type with it. It has converted mana equal to 1 plus that creature card's converted mana cost. Put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Activate this only as a sorcery. So it's Birthing Pod for tribal. It's interesting. I have to look at the mana curve and everything, and I just don't. It's too late for that. Maybe later on, but I don't know. No. Seraphic Great Sword, 2/2 for 2. That's not bad. Equip is 4, a little expensive. Whenever equipped creature attacks, the player with the most life or tie for the most, create a 4/4 angel. Equipped creature attacks the player with the most life. So if you're the most life, you won't get it. That sucks. That's not great. If it was attacks the opponent with the most life, that would be good. I mean, it's a reason why it's a mythic. It's only 75 cents. Door of Destinies. When it enters the battlefield, choose Angel. Okay. Whenever you cast a spell, put a charge counter on Door of Destinies. Create a creature you control, get 1/1. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Put that in there for surezies. Eye of Vecna. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, you lose 2 life. Beginning your upkeep, you may pay 2 if you do. Draw a card, lose 2 life. Fortify and Ice is fine, but whatever. Use a creature type. Put a card of that chosen type from your hand into play. Dousing Dagger enters the battlefield. You put 2 plants into play. Equipped creature. Transform Dousing Dagger. The land that just adds 3 mana of any 1 color to your mana pool. With as many flyers, this actually is pretty darn good. Yeah. Land tax. I guess land tax is just better than tithe anyways, isn't it? That could be why. I'm actually going to copy this to Moxfield just in case. Because I don't want it to like if something goes wrong and it like messes up the clipboard or something. Now I can clear the clipboard. We're good to go. Angelic Accord, format at the beginning of your each end step. If you gained 4 more life this turn, create a 4/4. How often am I going to be able to gain life on other people's turns is the question. If it's just on my turn, it's not that great. Sigarda's Splendor enters the battlefield. Note your life total. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total. And note your life total. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain a life. I like that better. Run this card. Draw a card. As long as your life total is equal to or greater than your last noted life total. So at the beginning of your upkeep. So as long as you don't lose life, you draw a card. And you're gaining life every time you cast it. Yeah, maybe it's not that great. Did I add land tax? Yeah. Okay. You know, I actually had original land tax back in the day. I might... Maybe I still have it. Maybe I don't. It's been a while. I know, I can't check you. This is one of the problems with having my phone as the webcam. I can't check the notifications I'm getting. Dawn of Hope, 2 mana. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card. You could pay 4. Too expensive. Smuggler's Share. 3 mana at the beginning of each end step. Draw a card for each opponent who drew 2 or more cards this turn. Then create a treasure token for each opponent who had 2 or more lands enter the battlefield under their control this turn. I like that. Ghostly Prison. Creatures can attack you unless their controller plays 2 for each creature attacking you. I'm not really looking to try to play a control-y type Angel deck. I just want to be able to block them with big-ass Angels. The Authority of Consuls. Creatures your opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain a life. That's pretty great. True Conviction. Creatures you control have double strike and lifelink. See, that's not terrible, but it's 6 mana. I like this. I like Cleric class. I played this in Standard. I like that. Unlock tax isn't as good as whatchamacallit? Smothering Tithes. Darksteel Mutation is a pretty good removal overall in general. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, you gain life equal to its toughness. For 5 mana, though. Doesn't say token, so that's good. Gain life equal to its toughness. They all have, like, at least 4 toughness for the most part. I don't hate it. Is there anything better than that? It's expensive for 5. Divine Visitation. 5 mana. If 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, that many 4/4 Angel tokens are created with Flying and Vision instead. Isn't there a land that gives you the ability to create like 1/1? Yeah, this thing, Castle Ardenvale. It'd be 4 mana, create a 4/4 flying Vig. That's like the only thing? Well, there's that other enchantment thing that I don't think it's good enough. I think you'd have to build around cards like this. 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control. You create that many 4/4 Angels instead. Yeah. This isn't horrible. Blind Obedience is just overall in general great. Elspeth Conquers Death is sweet. I like it. Always watching, Mike Wazowski. Non-token creature you control get 1/1 and have Vig. Catharsis Crusade enters the battlefield and control. Put 1 counter each creature you control. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield. So Catharsis Crusade's not bad for when you make a bunch of tokens. They become... I think they all see each other, so you get like... You make 5 4/4s, you make 5 9/9s. Pretty sure. Sure Scryfall has the answer. Yeah, it looks like it. If they all enter at the same time, of course. Or if so, I don't know. There's not. I don't know how many token creation things are there tokens? 12 tokens. Like a decent number, it appears. It'd be kind of nice if there was a way to like search a deck for token generators. Like this is nice, but like what creates these would be kind of better. I don't know. I don't think so. Or of Silence, 3 mana. Artifact and enchantment spells your opponents cast cost 2 or more. Wait. Artifact and enchantment spells your opponents cast cost 2 more to cast. Sacrifice and destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's not bad. Makes all the mana rocks and shit cost more monies. And then it's also just a sack kill. I don't dislike this at all. It actually prevents a lot of shenaniganry. With like free stuff from Karn or just really trying to ramp in general. Maybe it slows down other decks enough because you don't have that much ramp? I don't know. Marshal's Anthem. Creature control get 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, return up to X target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield where X is the number of times it was kicked. Ooh, I like that. Note of Procession. Nah, not really going with the token route. When Grasp of Fate enters the battlefield for each opponent, exile up to 1 target per non-land permanent that controls Till Grass. I don't like these intils. Together forever. When enters the battlefield, support 2. Choose target creature with a 1/1 counter on it. When that creature dies, return that to its owner's hand. That's not horrible. There should be enough ways to get 1/1 counters on stuff. When a permanent you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on target permanent you control. And you can move the counters around. Meh. Oblivion Rings, whatever. Sarah the Benevolent. 4 mana for 4 loyalty. Creature can go 1/1 until end of turn. Create a 4/4. Emblem in 2 turns. That's pretty quick. If you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduce it to 1 instead. If you control a creature, that's not bad. You get an emblem with, if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. I mean, that's like turn 1 you play her, or whatever turn you play her on, you +1, or +2, and then the next turn she's ulted. That's pretty good. Sure. Elspeth Resplendent, 5 mana for 5 loyalty. Choose up to 1 target creature. Put a 1/1 counter and a counter from Flying, First Strike, Vidge, Lifelink on it. It's not bad. To the top 7 cards of your library, make put a permanent card from mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. The rest on the bottom, -7, create 5 3/3 angels. Not terrible, sure. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield on your control, you gain a life. Pretty good. Beginning of your upkeep, if you control 7 or more planes, you may return. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 7 or more planes, you may have target creature card. Very Skyrim's pretty good. Nykthos, yeah, makes sense. Devotion's gonna be pretty high, most likely. War Room, pay life equal to the number of colors in your commander's identity, draw a card. So 3 mana, pay 1 life, draw a card. It's not horrible. Draw a card, it's the same thing. I want to do that. Temple of the False God, Hideaway, what's the Hideaway cost? Hideaway 4. You attach with 3 more creatures this turn. I don't really care for the Hideaway cards. Rogue's Passage, shouldn't really need unblockable. Ancient Tomb, whatever. I like Castle Ardenvale. Especially I like that it comes into play untapped as long as you control planes. That's cool. Don't really need Reliquary Tower. Idyllic Grange. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other planes. When it enters the battlefield untapped, put a 1 counter on target creature you control. Sure. There's really no reason not to run that. Put a card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Activate this ability only if you control 2 or more white permanents. Homeward Path. Each player gains control of all creatures he or she controls. This card is not horrible. I play against really just 1 or 2 people that run cards that like they take control from your. They either cast it from exile or take control of your stuff. You just boom, gain control of all your stuff. But it's fairly niche. Karu enters the battlefield tapped. When Karu enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return an untapped planes to controller's hand. Add white, colorless, and white. I really don't like bounce lands. It's bounce 2? An untapped planes. Yeah, I don't like that. You may put a basic land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. I don't dislike that. Enters the battlefield, scry 1, whatever. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter. Kind of whatever. This is whatever. I say Ghostfield's whatever because like the one person that I know that like plays a land deck that actually like care too much about. Not many of my friends play these kind of like land matters decks, like utility lands. I mean, I guess you could do all kinds of shit with it, like destroy whatever. But like he plays a Valakut deck, and it's like Jund Valakut reoccursion with all kinds of shenanigans, and he'll get his stuff from his graveyard. Destroying it means nothing. So. I mean, his commander brings his stuff back. It's a Planeswalker, I forget what it is. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Put target enchantment card from your graveyard on the top of your library. That's not horrible. How many enchantments do I got? 4. It's no longer great. No, whatever. I mean, Scavenger Grounds, sure. I need some way to get rid of graveyards. Radiant Fountain enters the battlefield to gain 2 life. Doesn't come into play tapped. I like that. Field of Ruin. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Each player searches their library for a basic land card put on the battlefield. That's kind of nice. Draw a card, activate this only if you have the city's blessing. 5 mana though. Holy. Sacrifice command beacon, put your commander into your hand from the command zone. He's so cheap. Mine's whatever. Lotus Field on his battlefield tap. Sacrifice 2 lands. Taps for 3 with hexproof. Okay. There's a Saga. Probably won't need it. Core Haven. Prevent all combat that would be dealt by a target attacking creature this turn. That might not be terrible. Basically, 3 mana to fog a singular creature. I like Nyx Lotus. That's nice. Mindstone. H-Sun. H-Sun's decent, but probably not good enough. There's probably better stuff than Marble Diamond. This is like a pseudo Herald Mana Rock. Thron Dynamo is a pretty good ramp. Field of Lotus is okay. Mana Crypt, I mean, that's kind of staplish. Extraplanar Lens, when it enters the battlefield, remove target land you control. Whenever a land with the same name as the imprinted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool. Wait, what? So whenever it enters the battlefield, whenever it comes into play, it may remove target land you control from the game, and it imprints that land. The removed card is imprinted on this artifact. When a land with the same name, so plains, is imprinted as tapped for mana. Oh, that's sick. I like that. There's a lot of planes in this deck. Hedron, Archive, whatever. Gauntlet of Power. Okay. Remember, basic land is tapped for mana. Its controller adds an additional mana. Warden Power Stone's fine. Fellwar Stone's pretty good. Thawed Vessel's kind of whatever. That's kind of whatever. Mana Vault, don't really care. Pristine Talisman. Meh. Don't really care about any of these. What does this do? When it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may search your library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. Why would you want to do that? Anyways, export to existing deck. Angels, import and go to deck. 135 cards seems pretty good. Clear that. There's 3 different versions of the deck open. Close these. So now is the trimming portion. However, the deck has 45 lands. Trim some planes here. Doesn't make sense to run Exotic Orchard. It almost doesn't even make sense to run Command Tower. Like, why? Just run a plains. Castle Ardenvale makes sense. The fetch lands make sense. That doesn't make sense. I think this is good. That seems pretty good. 25 planes. That's plenty of planes for Ameria and the like. Alright, so now down to 128. Then lastly, boom, recommendations from Moxfield. Why is this blue? That item is being shown because it's a spoiler that matches your search query. Oh. There's one thing I didn't notice. I didn't notice, like, what is it? There's like a one mana tappy creature. That you, or not a tappy creature. 1 mana creature. There's like a white card that you gain life whenever a creature enters the battlefield. You'd think you'd play stuff like that. I didn't see that in any of the recommended, so interesting. We'll see. 6 mana, flying at the end of each end step if you gain 4 more life. Yeah. Yeah, Swords and Paths should probably be in here. For surezies. Soul Ring for surezies. Is Austere Command... It's Destroy for 6. Kind of like Farewell over that. Right, Arcane Signet wasn't in there. What do we do? Discard 4 damage. I was kind of thinking there'd be more stuff to gain life. I didn't really see a ton of life gain. Probably have to go to the life gain specific decks, because I think I just did mono white tribal, which is fine. I want it to still be tribal, but I also want it to be more life gainy, I guess. Donna Hope's not terrible. Now, I mean, if I go more token based, which I don't think I will. This isn't terrible. Oh, it comes to play tapped though. I'm not gonna play lands. I come to play tapped in a mono white deck. I was cutting off some cards there. Oh, it makes sense. I need to be snow-covered plane. There we go. Oh, Soul Warden. That's the one I was thinking of. Soul Warden for sure should be in there. Alchemy Vampire. 3 mana, 2/3. Vampire, though. It's strange. Whenever one or more creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card once each turn. No, thank you. Your opponents can't cast spells for anywhere other than their hands. This guy is dirty. They can't cast their freaking commanders. I think he's... Oh, it's $7. He's probably appropriately valued. Kind of a mean thing. I kind of want to play him, but it's also kind of a dick move. Because he's so cheap, too. 2 mana. Like, you're almost certainly... If you have that in your opening hand, they're just not going to play their commander. There's 2 of them. Soul Warden and Soul's Attempt. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Yeah, it's so both of them. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Another target creature you control gains protection from colors. Oh, it's Mother of Runes, sort of? Oh, from colorless. Or from the color of your choice until end of turn. It's better, Mother of Runes. Another target creature you control gains protection from... Oh, so she can't... This one can't protect itself, though. Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield. Search your library for a creature card with 2 or less. Reveal, put in your hand. Angel of Invention. No. What is Mistveil Plain? Start a card from a graveyard on the bottom of your library. Oh, that's right. Fumigate. I don't dislike Fumigate for the life gain, but it's kind of whatever. I don't dislike Guardian of Faith, but it'd be nice if it was an angel. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. Whenever an opponent, or whenever a creature enters the battlefield under lose a life. I think that's good. Go back to the deck list. I need all of these planes. 25. I need all of these guns. Move all. Add more. 25. Oh, how many do I want to add? There's 25 total. 37 lands and 38 including Midivk. Okay, so 135. I have a few too many cards. Well, a lot of artifacts. I did not anticipate 25 artifacts. That seems like a good spot to cut. How many creatures? 36. That also seems like a solid number of creatures to cut. Alright, I guess I'll start from the top. What I like to do this. Alright, can I remove cards from this? I cannot. Well. There we go. Zooming in big for you guys. Elspeth's Resplendent. 5 mana, choose a creature, gets 1/1. I mean, it creates tokens. It searches. It gives counters that are relevant. It's good. This one seems very interesting to me. I think it's gotta stay. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, this is the one where you just win the game. Oh, they lose the game if you do damage and you're 15 over your starting life total. Is this too much of a meme? Like, how much lifelink do I really have? Yeah, I'll cut that. Although a Merry Angel with that 1 enchantment that makes, instead of 1/1s, it'd be 4/4 angels. That'd be pretty good. I think Angel of Destiny might be... Oh no, you gain life. It gives, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain that much life. Oh, they both... And then they lose the game if this dude stays around. Okay, so that's probably fine. Maybe it's not a trap. I like that. I like that. Creatures you control have Vig, but like the majority... Well, maybe they don't. I was gonna say the majority of angels have Vig, but like actually... Maybe they don't. As long as you control your commander, which ideally you will. Like it. Let's keep it. Gain life, put a counter on each creature. That seems nutty. As long as Archangel is untapped, creatures can't attack. I feel like maybe this is kind of whatever. As long as it's attacking, creatures can't block unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. Maybe that's, I mean, that's kind of pseudo unblockable for 4. That's pretty good. Avacyn of Hope. It's 8 mana. Yeah, it's gonna get. What is $46? I wonder if it's so good. Why is it $46? Avacyn? An I here? Avacyn? How do you spell Avacyn? Another card with Avacyn. Too late for this. Could have went to bed like an hour ago. But I want this deck built for later of today, even though I have to get up at 6. I really need. Okay. Avacyn, that makes sense. Spelling is hard. Permanent you control have indestructible. I mean, I mean, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good, right? Like, there's no way it's $40 something if it's not good. Let's throw it back in there. Why not? All right. There's gonna be enough ramp with Giada, however you say her name, and all the other stuff. So let's hope it. Remember, an Angel EDH Battlefield gained 4 life. I like that. I like that. Okay. Like that. Whenever a land enters the battlefield you're controlling, you may return target non-land permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a plains, it goes straight to the battlefield. For 7. Pretty good. Flying double strike if your life total reduces to 0. I like that. I mean, Esper Sentinel is just so good. But like, kind of anti-thematic. Anything with Grand Abolisher. You know what? It might not be the right play, but get him out of here. I gotta cut 32 more cards. It's gotta go. Like that. That's solid. Get it out of here. Like, it's good, but like, it just, you know. Flying first strike lifelink. Other angels, you can get 1/1 in the lifelink. Pretty good. Like that. Like that. Yeah, Platinum Angel. And like, it's an angel though. Is it a meme? Like, probably not. Resplendent Angel. At the beginning of each end step, if you have gained 5 or more life, you pay 5 mana, it becomes a 5/5. It turns itself on. It's something to do with your mana. It's a flyer. It's pretty good. It's cheap. You know what? When he enters the battlefield or die, I don't get him out of here. Which is Valkyrie is fantastic. Segavian Angel. How many creatures is that? 30. That's pretty good. Like that. That's good. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Choose any number of creatures with different powers that gain double strike. 5 mana though. But does that flash? All your dudes double strike. This one, him having a lifelink is interesting, and Vig even. Guess if you can find little openings, back away, gain some 7 or more. You just tap it and create a 4/4. Which is pretty good. That's also great. Sunblast Angel. Yeah. There's other sorceries and stuff that destroy stuff. Fine. Flying Vidge and a non-angel token. Non-token angels get 1/1 and Vidge. 4 mana. It's a bit expensive for get it out of here. Weathered Wafer. Youthful Valkyrie. Youthful Valkyrie's pretty good. I think there's enough angels, and it doesn't specify whether a token or not is fine, so... It doesn't have anything else, though. That's the thing. It's not great in Commander. How many creatures is that now? 26? That's pretty good. I'll go down on Artifacts. Artifacts seems a bit cluttered. That's way too many artifacts. That's like probably doubled. I'm gonna have to cut like 12 of these. What else? What else? Got like 6 to 10 more. You play this, exile a planes, but then all your other planes tap for double. Oh, it also does it for your opponents as well. Specifically for planes, though. How many people are running basic planes? Not that often. I mean, obviously people run planes, but like... Ooh, and if you run... Ooh. And if you exile... a snow-covered planes, they wouldn't get it. Ooh, spicy. I'm pretty sure, right? That has to be the case. Is there a way to like open on Scryfall? That'd be cool. I keep closing the Scryfall tab because that's silly. Doesn't say. Whenever I land with the same name as the exiled cards, tap for mana. Exile target land you control. It has to be that. It has to be that if it's snow covered, it doesn't count for anybody else that isn't running snow covered. So I'm gonna keep it pretty good. Get this out of here. How many is that? 20 artifacts. Okay. 20 more to get rid of. Herald's Horn is cool. Heraldic Banner is also fairly cool. It's only 1/0. Eh. I like this. This is nice. Pearl Medallion, white spells, all white spells. That's nice. 19. Maybe Mana Crypts or whatever. I mean, it's free though, and it's in a deck. Maybe no, it's in a deck that gains life. I think Mana Crypt stays. Even if it is $171. Ridiculous. Okay, those are all pretty good. They're all fine. I was gonna remove... Yeah, I was gonna run Farewell instead of Austere Command because of the exiling factor. All right, 18 more cards. Maybe I can get this deck under 1,000. Not terrible. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's not terrible. Sorcerer, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's an angel. If it's an angel, put 2 counters on it. 7 mana. Create 2 4/4s. Non-angel tokens you control gain indestructible till end of turn. I mean, is this even good, even if it is a land? Does it come into play tapped? If it comes into play tapped, it's gone. Oh, that's the one you can pay 3. Okay. It's safe. It's safe. I like that. That's good. Good. That's great. That's good. Search your library for a snow permanent, which is nothing. Well, snow permanent could be land. A legendary card, which they're going to plenty. Shuffle your library, you gain on life. In your hand. I like that. Yeah, that stays. Vanquish the Horde. It's fine. Do I need that many? 1, 2. What's 4 board wipes? I need 4? Instance from as well. Pretty good. Of the Elements is fantastic. This is kind of like, what is that card? Fresh Meat, except for like it just back. If a permanent you control would be put into graveyard from the island instead, return at the beginning. Saves you from any board wipe, which is fantastic. Because it's instant to foretell it, only 2 colorless. Only during your turn. Oh no, that's the. I see it. Maybe Dawn Charm? I like the countering part. The countering part's fun. Eerie Interlude, exile a number of creatures. So flicker all your creatures. I like Eerie Interlude. Ooh, especially with all the life gain. Yeah, that stays for sure. All the life gain when it enters the battlefield for like Sarah, Angel, and Soul Warden. Oh, sorry, Soul's Attendant, Soul Warden. Stuff like that. How many enchantments? Well, there's plenty of artifacts and enchantments for this. So I think Enlightened Tutor stays. On top, it's fantastic. Sure. Maybe Fateful Absence goes away because I added Path and Swords. It does destroy Planeswalkers, though. Heliod's is nice because it gain life. Flawless Maneuver, if you plan to do Destructible, is pretty good. Rebuff the Wicked. Maybe Rebuff is too... The Dawn Charm is counter spell that targets you. Rebuff the Wicked is turn a spell that permanent you can control. So maybe get rid of Dawn Charm for keeping in Rebuff the Wicked. I'm more worried about my stuff getting killed as opposed to whatever targeting on me. Who cares? It's pretty good. Enchantments. I like that. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain a life. I like that. I like that. When it levels up, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you gain life equal to its toughness. I like that. Court of Grace, you become the Monarch. As long as you're the Monarch, you get 4/4 Angels at the beginning of your upkeep. That seems fantastic. That's good. That's good. Maybe land taxes, whatever. Whatever. I like Luminarch Ascension. Luminarch Ascension, if you get this, like, you just become unstoppable. So, for sure, Z's. That stays, that stays, that stays. That stays. Maybe this doesn't. I have like a billion things that puts counters on stuff. Ah, I gotta get rid of 14 more cards. There's too many artifacts. I gotta choose. I think Herald's Horn is kind of whatever. Icon of Ancestry looks at the top 3, but it costs 3 mana to activate. This looks at the top 1. How many angels are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. 18 angels. Actually not going to trigger that often at all. So that can go. That kind of Ancestry, you have 3 cards to look at, so that makes it much more likely to hit things. It does cost 3 to activate, though. That kind of blows. I don't like that. I like double draw, double life gain. That seems sick. That's fine, fine, fine. Yes. I mean, maybe Dousing Dagger's too cute, but like... I love the flip of this card, but yeah, whatever. Love the flip of it, but whatever. It's probably really good in this deck because of all the flyers. It's almost guaranteed gonna flip. But I need to trim cards. Do I have both Swiftfoot? I have both Swiftfoot and Lightning Greave. Drop one of those. Sword of the Animus is pretty solid. I'll have Sword of the Animus in place of Dousing Dagger, basically, which is fine. Do 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 do. I really like Tome of Legends. It's pretty good. That seems solid. Vanquisher's Banner. That seems fantastic. This seems good. I like the, as long as you gain 3 life, you get an angel. It's pretty solid. Oh, Catcher's kind of whatever. Alright, 10 more. "26 creatures, that's pretty good. Sorcery's 9. I mean, like, is Finale of Glory, like, kind of a whatever? Like, are you really ever gonna have like 12 mana to like ramp into it? As what I guess. I mean, it could be a really good late game card, but I mean, I guess a lot of the games do go late. Finale, what the hell was it? Finale something? Finale of Glory? Is that what it is? Yeah, I don't know. It's probably worth keeping, especially with like Soul Warden, Soul Attendant, stuff like that. There's that one that like every angel you gain life equal to another angel or cleric enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to this top. Just Righteous Valkyries. I really like Righteous Valkyrie. I played an angel deck in standard with this card, and it was nuts. I loved it. Oh, I need to get to sleep. I'll trim 10 more cards. Let's see. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's gonna be... I don't think it's gonna be land. What's the mana curve? Although the mana curve's stupid low. 100% chance. Oh, wait, why is it only... Is it... This is strange. Why is it only showing artifacts? Well, specifically only Mana Crypt. Like refresh. Normally it shows like a hand. Just doesn't care. It normally shows a hand that's like you have a good chance of playing on curve, basically. The average mana value of your main board is 2.29 with lands and 3.47 without. The deck's total mana value is 250. I mean, this is like a really low end. A terrible hand. Also a pretty terrible hand. Not great. Maybe there's one too many lands? We're on 37. That helps with one card. And there's tons of mana rocks, like, and there's tons of things that makes things cheap, but they're cheap. So maybe because it's so low, I don't really need anything that just straight up reduces. Like Vanquisher's Horde's great because it draws cards and anthems. Maybe Urza's Incubator's not that great. It makes them so cheap. Huh. Wow, they need to reprint these medallions. Holy. That's what they should have done in Commander Legends. Well, shoot. See, a lot of these things are super expensive, so I don't want to cut too many mana rocks and stuffs. Or too many lands either. I want to be able to have lands. 9 cards. 9 cards. How do I get rid of 9 cards? Maybe Mana Crypt goes. Going the opposite direction, losing life, and I want to just gain life. Maybe Archaeomancer goes. No, it's so good. It's the only way that, like, I can really ramp. He also tutors for planes. Basic planes. Which turns on, like, a Mary of the Sky Rune, stuff like that. That's fantastic. Any enchantments? No, they're all pretty good. This is surprisingly hard. This is like the only card draw I really have in this deck. I just realized. I mean, there's some other ones, but like, I guess Vanquisher's a card draw. I need more card draw. Maybe that's why there was those card draw utility lands. This one here. War Room. Maybe I play War Room. I'm only gonna pay 1 life. Tap 3, draw a card. Guess I play War Room. I don't think any of these go. I think those all stay. Maybe this goes, but because it's a land, I'm just kind of like, it's free basically. Maybe it doesn't go. Farewell's great. Maybe I just get rid of. You know what? Vanquish. Done. Still need 7 more though. With how cheap every angel is, it's kind of like. I mean, this also helps opponents. So I'll just keep Starnheim Aspirant in instead of that. All right, 6 more. Not too bad. What to do? Guess Pearl Medallion? It feels bad removing Pearl Medallion. There's a lot of value in that. X becomes 1 in every X spell. Makes... It's just tons of value. You know what? Maybe instead of Pearl Medallion going away... Is it Arcane Signet? That seems so weird not to run an Arcane Signet. That can't be right. I mean, like, maybe it is. It's like... Nobody's running Arcane Signet. Like, at all. Like, they'd rather run Marble Diamond, which... That doesn't seem right at all. But it's... I guess I don't run Arcane Signet. It feels so weird. Were they even running Soul Ring? No. Oh my god, is that right? Maybe because the mana curve's so low you don't need it? Do I run a... Oh god, do I run a game with no Soul Ring? I'd never run a single commander deck with no Soul Ring. That seems so stupid. That can't be right. Let me see, like... Let me see. Other like, let me go to the top here. Let's check some decks here. Go mono white. Isn't there a way to like... We'll go Giada. Giada... I can't imagine there's no soul. There's no soul rings being used. It's so weird. It's just not needed. That's not what I want. I feel like there has to be a way. Here we go. Am I running Soul Ring? Yes. Arcane Signet and Soul Ring and Jeweled Lotus. Oh, Jeweled Lotus makes sense. This guy's going. This guy's going full on artifacts. Grafdigger's Cage pretty good. I like that. Oh man. I didn't even think about Jeweled Lotus. Take out like... I like this tech though. Being able to double your mana for 3. Any plane. I have to imagine you're using snow basic planes. Snow covered plane. The Mary should still count for snow covered planes, I imagine. That's like the same thing, I think. Anyways, maybe there's just no board wipes. You know what? Screw the board wipes. That's good. I like that. Out of here. Get out of here. Maybe reanimating. Whatever. I like Invoke Justice, but like whatever. Go away. Like the tutor, that's good. One more card? like a land, so don't get that. What's this guy got for creep? This must be like an EDH style deck. It's got all the nasty crap in it. Your entity's not bad, actually. It sucks that this is non-angel. What are you gonna save, a 1/1? I mean, I guess it's fine, but like... Baneslayer Angel. I mean, Baneslayer Angel's probably good enough to run, but like... I'm running all kinds of angels. 26 creatures. How many creatures this guy got? 24... plus 29. Karmic Guide too stupid to run? It's a reanimator spell. I don't like. Are people running Karmic Guide? I have to imagine, yes, right? No. Not worth. Am I running it? No. 3 of the top saltiest decks do not run it. They run like all the big ass angels. Interesting. Metallic Mimic. I guess it makes sense. I'm not really running a bunch of like big angels to reanimate. Fine. I guess this is the 100. The whole goal of this is to make the deck, print it out. I'm going to print proxies of it, test it out in play, and then be able to make edits to it and see how it plays, and then actually order the cards or put together. I might have the cards. I don't know. I know that I don't have all of them, but like some of them. Yeah, that guy's running Karmic Guide. I think Karmic Guide's good, but I don't know. I'd have to see if there's a better card to cut. I need to get to sleep. So thanks for watching, everybody. If there's anybody kind of just chilling out in the background, hope you guys enjoyed. If you watch this later, let me know in the comments below if I missed any cool cards that maybe should have went in there. And yeah, maybe Jeweled Lotus probably isn't that great. But I mean, I guess you could turn one Giada. Kind of nice. Decent ramping. Probably not that great. Anyways, talk to you guys later, and see you guys next time.